Hi, I'm Tinny from Mabel Design, and today I'm going to answer one of the questions I got on an email. Somebody wanted to see how I hung my hammock in my bedroom. So let me take the camera off the tripod and very simply and quickly come over here and show you how I did it. Okay, get her off the tripod. Now this looks high now because the quilt tends to pull it up, but when I get in it, it's quite a bit lower, as I'll show you in a minute. I simply went to the hardware store and bought a good high quality door handle and screwed it right to a stud, and then just put my whoopee sling around it and hooked right back into my whoopee sling on both ends. And I have these mounted about 5 feet off the ground, about as high as I would normally tie off to a tree. Now, it took me a little while to get the right distance on the sling so that when I'm laying in it, the ridge line is where it's supposed to be, but I did it finally. And you can see that when it's all the way down with the quilt and everything, it's about 2 feet off the ground, which is pretty nice for me because it's easier for me to get out. If I'm lower than that, I have a hard time getting out of it. I've got to lift myself up. It's a little more difficult. I'd rather slip up into it just a little bit rather than have to get out when it's very low. And this is about the height. That's about right. Yep, that's just about where I want it. It's very comfortable. I've slept in it, I think, 4 nights so far. I think tonight will be the 5th night. And every time I sleep in it, I learn another little trick or something to make it more comfortable. Now, I know that there are some of you saying, look at that idiot, he's pitching that hammock in his bedroom because he's too much of a wuss to go outside and try it. He's got an underquilt. What's wrong with him? Well, let me tell you something. I got an email from a guy one day, and he said, everything is a matter of perspective. He said, I spent 30 years homeless, living in alleys, wheeling my possessions around in a grocery cart. Now I have a house, he said, and I'm secure. So why in the world would I want to go out, put a backpack on, put all my worldly possessions in it, and go out in the woods and pretend I'm homeless again? Okay. Now my story. When I was a little kid, we lived in a house that didn't have much insulation in it, and I didn't have a lot of covers. And we didn't have an indoor plumbing, we had an outhouse. So at night there was a chamber pot in the room in case you needed to relieve yourself. It got cold enough in that room at night, so some nights that chamber pot iced over. And there was lots of nights where I was very cold. So why in the world would I want to take a hammock and go out in the woods and try to recreate that? Now, I think I'll stay right in here where it's warm, and next summer when it's warm, I'll go out in my hammock. But no winter hammock camping for me. Too much like home. Now, I had an unexpected surge in sales today. I didn't expect sales to be very high because I haven't put Moodoos back in the store yet, but I had an extremely successful day yesterday, which meant today I had an extremely busy building day, and I didn't even come close to catching up. I still have most of the orders. The reason for that is, when I get a bunch of orders, I write down, I go through and go into the website and I write down everything that it will take to fill all the orders. Then I go out in the factory and build up a fire, and I go down through the list, and everything that's difficult, I put that on a separate list. And I build everything really difficult, like M5s and all the M stoves and the can stoves and stuff, SS remotes and stuff like that. And it may take me all day just to get through the tough stuff, as it did today. I got all the tough stuff built, but it took me all day. I was like 7 hours today building to get through the tough stuff. So all the tough stuff is built, and tomorrow I can go out and do the easy stuff, although there's a lot of it. It's fairly easy stuff. Windscreens, fuel line, pot stands, you know, stuff like that. But since all I built was the tough stuff and all I built was stove, that's just a mere fraction of all the different items needed, so there wouldn't be enough there probably to fill even one order, because even if somebody ordered an M5, they probably ordered a windscreen or a pot stand or something else that I've still got to make. That's where, you know, tomorrow I'll finish it up and we'll come in and we'll ship the 18 orders that I got yesterday, and then I'll go back out and start building on what people bought today. When I get into the new factory and get everything the way I want to, the whole format of how I operate is going to change. I'm not going to explain it here, but it's going to be a totally different way that I operate. The product is going to be different. The selling operation is going to be different. Everything's going to change. It's going to be a whole new era when we go into 2012. So for now, I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to cook some really great meals on your alcohol stoves. Try to spend a night in your hammock if you can, even if it's in your living room. And try to have a really great day. Bye-bye.